Have you ever wondered why some people seem calm, confident, and in control, while others always feel like they're scrambling just to keep up? It's not luck. It's not talent. It's not even about having more opportunities. It comes down to one thing: control. Control over what you say. Control over what you think. Control over how you feel. Control over how you manage your money. If you can learn to control your mouth, mind, mood, and money, you can change the entire direction of your life. Most people don't realize this. They keep looking for some big breakthrough, some lucky break, some magic answer when the real power to change their life is already inside them. But here's the problem. If you don't control these 4 areas, they will control you. They shape the decisions you make, the relationships you build, the opportunities you attract or miss. When you control them, you control your life. When you let them run wild, you end up in places you never meant to be. So let's break this down. 1. Control your mouth. Your words build your world. When I say control your mouth, I don't just mean don't say mean things when you're angry, although that matters. I'm talking about understanding the power of your words. Every word you speak is like an arrow. Once it leaves your mouth, you can't pull it back. So many people speak without thinking. They complain constantly. They gossip. They speak negatively about themselves and others. And they have no idea that their words are quietly shaping their lives. Your words don't just describe your reality, they create it. If you're always saying things like, "Life is so hard, that nothing ever works out for me. My dreams are impossible," you're building an environment that matches those words. You're putting that energy into the world, and life has a way of echoing it right back. On the other hand, when you speak with hope, faith, and possibility, you create an environment where success can grow. You lift people up instead of dragging them down. You start to open doors for yourself and others. Think about the people who inspire you. Do they constantly complain and tear others down? Or do they speak with purpose, encouragement, and vision? That's the power you have too. Your self-talk matters. This isn't just about how you talk to others. It's about how you talk to yourself. If you're always telling yourself, "I can't do this. I'm not good enough. This is too hard," eventually you'll believe it. And once you believe it, you'll live like it's true, even when it isn't. But when you change your words, you start to change your life. Imagine waking up and telling yourself, "I can handle whatever comes my way. I'm capable. I deserve good things." Over time, that kind of language builds confidence and courage. Your words turn into actions, your actions turn into habits, and your habits shape your future. So controlling your mouth is not about staying quiet, it's about being intentional. Ask yourself before you speak, will this help or hurt? Is this truth or just emotion? Because your words shape your relationships, influence your opportunities, affect how you see yourself. Your words are seeds. If you plant seeds of doubt and negativity, you'll harvest more of the same. If you plant faith, courage, and positivity, you'll see that grow instead. Control your words, and you start to control your world. 2. Control your mind. Where the real battle happens, your mind is the most powerful tool you have. Every action, decision, and habit begins with a thought. If you don't learn to manage your thoughts will manage you. Everything you've ever done, good or bad, started in your head. That's why the ideas a person thinks, so they become, is so powerful. What you focus on expands. If your mind is filled with fear, doubt, and negativity, your life will drift in that direction. If your mind is filled with growth, possibility, and determination, you'll move toward those things instead. Too many people let their minds run on autopilot. They let worry spiral. What if this goes wrong? What will people think? What if I'm not good enough? One negative thought becomes 10. Soon they're stuck in anxiety and self-doubts. Not because of what's really happening, but because of what they're constantly thinking. But here's the good news. You don't have to live like that. You can train your mind. Training your mind, controlling your mind isn't about pretending problems don't exist. Fear and doubt are real, but what matters is what you do with them. Do you let them stop you? Or do you acknowledge them and move forward anyway? That's what mental discipline is. Not the absence of fear, but the decision to keep going in spite of it. You build this discipline over time, the same way you build muscle. Be intentional about what you feed your mind. If all you consume is negativity, angry news, toxic social media, drama, you'll feel distracted, anxious, and drained. If you feed your mind with growth books, mentors, uplifting content, you'll feel stronger, clearer, and more focused. Surround yourself with people who encourage you, challenge you, believe in you. The people around you shape how you think. Negative people pull you down. Driven and positive people pull you up. Catch, challenge, and change your thoughts when a negative thought shows up, like "I can't do this." Don't just accept it. Stop and ask, is this actually true? What evidence do I have?
Most of the time you'll realize it's
just fear talking. Then replace that thought with one that serves you. This is hard, but I can learn. I've overcome things before. I can handle this too. Visualization is another powerful tool. See yourself succeeding. Yourself. Calm, confident, and capable. That mental picture trains your mind to move toward what you want instead of what you're afraid of. Meditation or prayer can help too. Taking a few minutes each day to quiet your mind lets you notice your thoughts instead of getting lost in them. Reset your focus, remember. You're not alone in what you're facing. Controlling your mind is a daily practice, not a one-time decision. But once you start taking charge of your thoughts, you start taking charge of your future. 3. Control your mood. Don't let a moment ruin your day. Your mood is like the filter through which you see the world. If you're in a bad mood, everything looks worse than it really is. Think about someone who wakes up grumpy. All day long, every minor inconvenience feels huge. Every comment feels like an insult. Every challenge feels like a disaster. Problem isn't the world, it's their state of mind. Here's the key. Your mood is not a mysterious force that just happens to you. You have more control over it than you think. Your emotions are real and valid, but they don't have to be. In charge. Feelings are like waves, they rise and fall. You don't have to drown in them. You can learn to ride them. Your mood is your responsibility. One of the biggest mistakes people make is treating their feelings like facts. I feel anxious, so today is ruined. I feel sad, so nothing is going right. But feelings are not always the full truth. They're temporary. They pass. The first step to controlling your mood is awareness. Ask yourself during the day, how am I feeling right now? Notice when you're tense, irritated, or low. When you notice it, you give yourself the power to change it. How many times? Have you let one small thing, traffic, a rude comment, a minor setback set the tone for your entire day? It doesn't have to be that way. You always have a choice. You can let a bad moment turn into a bad day. Or you can decide, that was frustrating, but it's over. I'm not going to carry it with me. Controlling your mood doesn't mean faking happiness or ignoring real pain. It means acknowledging how you feel, choosing a healthy response. Not letting your emotions drive every decision. Gratitude changes your mood. One of the fastest ways to shift your mood is gratitude. When you intentionally focus on what you're thankful for, it becomes much harder to stay stuck in negativity. Gratitude doesn't mean your problems disappear. It means you recognize that in the middle of your problems, something is still good. It could be your health, your family, your friends, a roof over your head, simply the fact that you woke up today. Gratitude shifts your perspective from what's missing to what's here. From I never have enough to I actually have something to be thankful for. Your mood follows your focus. For control your money, build freedom. Not stress now. Let's talk about money, because money is a huge source of stress for many people. I'm not just talking about dollars and cents. I'm talking about your relationship with money. Money can be a tool that gives you freedom or a chain that keeps you stuck. A lot of people feel controlled by money or the lack of it, living paycheck to paycheck, drowning in debt, constantly stressed about bills, feeling like they'll never get ahead. They don't have a plan, so they feel powerless. But here's the truth. Just like your words, thoughts, and emotions, money is something you can learn to control. Money itself isn't good or bad. It's neutral. It's a tool. The problem isn't money. It's our attitudes and habits around it. Start with a plan. If you want to control your money, you need a plan, a budget. That means knowing where Every dollar is going deciding ahead of time what your money will do. Not just reacting to every sale, ad, or impulse. Budgeting might sound boring. But in reality, budgeting is freedom. When you have a plan, you're not wondering where your money went. You're not surprised at the end of the month.
Oh, you know what you can and can't afford? You're in charge. Watch out for emotional spending money. And emotions can be a dangerous mix. Or maybe you've had a bad day and thought,